Hey guys, Chris here. So I'm really sorry I haven't been doing videos recently. I've been super busy with work, but I've got some really exciting news, and that's the fact that I'm going to America for 3 weeks. So I thought, what would be a better time than to actually have a look at my gear, take a load of stuff out that I don't use on a day-to-day basis, and just have a small little travel gear bag, which is a little bit of an update on my EDC that I had earlier on in the channel. But I thought I'd do that and show you what I use, especially because I'm going to Adobe Max, so it'll be more design orientated. So let's get into it. Okay, so first things first is obviously phone. Everyone carries a phone, and that's one thing that I can't do without. And if you're on this channel and you've looked at a couple of my other videos, you obviously know that I've done an iPhone 11 Pro Max review, so obviously that is my phone of choice. There it is in the midnight green, if it will do that. Look at my face. There we go. So the iPhone 11 Pro Max in midnight green. Love this phone, I think it's great. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do most of my vlogging on it because I'm really impressed with the 4K camera and stuff. And actually with 13.2 update just come out, now you can change your frames per second. So that's the one complaint I had when I did the review on this, was the fact that you had to go into the settings to change your frames per second to 24 frames and then back to 60 and things if you wanted to do stuff, which is why I was using third-party apps. Now you don't have to do that. So this is going to be a really, really cool, cool device that I'm probably mainly trying to just use this if I can. So with a phone, obviously comes cables. So I'm just going to show you everything I'm taking with me. So literally a Lightning to USB-C. This came in the box now for the iPhone 11 Pro, as well as I'm getting a couple of these cool. These are the UK plugs, but I have to get an adapter to change these. These are the 18 watt, the super fast charging ones, which also work with iPad Pros. So I've got a couple of these now because I've got an iPad Pro 11 and the iPhone 11 Pro Max. So these are ace. So I'm going to take a couple of these with me. Lightning cable, because yeah, you need a lightning cable still, annoyingly. No USB-C at the moment. If they just did that, then I could get away with just having a USB-C cable, which I'm also taking with me. Now, I'm also taking my RX 100, which I'll pick up in a second. So because of that, I'm taking this with just a load of old cables if I need to help people connect up to stuff. So yeah, standard. And a USB-C to USB adapter. I use this all the time just in case, because I am going to be taking my RX 100, which if it'll focus on that, probably not. There we go. My RX 100 Mark 7. This is ace. The main reason I upgraded to this one is because of the headphone jack on the side, which is not that one, it's that one there. So this is going to be probably my main vlogging camera for darker things where it's a little bit better than the small sensor on the iPhone, and also it's just a really cool camera. I do like ergonomics of having a camera over a smartphone. It's really cool with the little sensor and the fact that it's so speedy. The batteries aren't that great on this, so I might end up actually using the iPhone more. We'll see. And I might do a bit more of an in-depth review of using this when we haven't got many batteries around and things, and whether you should buy an RX 100, especially in this day and age when the iPhones are just so good, and the new Pixel 4 that's just come out as well. So it's a bit more of an interesting question. But the things I'm going to be taking with this are my Saramonic microphone that just plugs into the side, so I don't need to carry any cages or anything, just clips straight in, and really easy audio, way better than the microphones that are in this. As well as the little mini tripod that I did before. This is ace. I'm going to just leave this on the bottom of the camera, and then I'll just be using the side to charge it up with my this is really old actually. This is my old Anker power. This one's not USB-C, so I'm going to be needing to using the USB 3.0 cables, but it's just a big power brick. I'm hoping it'll go on the airport. If not, I'll have to buy one when I'm in America. I'll do an update obviously on my vlogging if I've had to buy one. So yeah, so that's my RX 100. Oh, actually, also my MagSafe magnetic clip-on Tiffin ND filter with, I can't remember what this was called now, a mag filter adapter, and it's already got the metal ring on the RX 100. I've showed this in a previous video. Just magnetically stick it on, and it gives you variable ND filters, which is great for America, I think, because with America, it's going to be a lot sunnier than it is here in the UK. So I'm going to take this with me to test it out, and hopefully it'll be really good for the high dynamic range and things. So other than that, that is my RX 100 and my iPhone. There's one thing I missed from my iPhone actually, but it kind of relates to everything in my gear, which is my AirPods. Now, the AirPod Pros just got announced, and I'm really not sure whether to buy some whilst I'm in America because they'll be a little bit cheaper with the dollar to UK conversion, so I'm really tempted to buy them. If you guys think I should buy them, let us know in the comments, and I probably will end up buying them anyway because it is my birthday whilst I'm over there as well, so I might treat myself. But I've had these since the beginning. I did a quick video on them, I think, a little review on them, having them for 2 years, and they're still solid. The battery life's not that good on them now, but I don't think the battery life was ever that good on them. But the fact that you just put them in the whatever you call this, the little sleeve for it, and let them charge for 10-15 minutes, and you'll get some pretty decent hours back into them again. So I've heard they're not good on planes either. That'd be a good review. And that's where the AirPod Pros might be better because they have the active noise cancellation now, which could be quite a cool thing. But I've never had any issues with these going into my ears and staying in that a lot of people have. So this will not come out of my ears. I think they were made for me. So yeah, that's not a pro for me to get the new AirPod Pros, but these are supposedly, you know, the new ones are supposed to have better sound quality and all that, and they've got the suction cups and the active noise cancellation. So we'll see. I didn't upgrade to the ones with the wireless charging, so yeah, I'm kind of maybe doing an upgrade, but not really. So yeah, other than that is for the fun stuff. So for being a designer, like I was saying before, I'm not going to take my MacBook Pro. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to try and do everything with my 11-inch iPad Pro, which goes into the USB-C that I was on about earlier, and the fact that it all works with my iPhone and everything with AirDrop and things. But yeah, I've had this since it came out, and I love it. It's just an ace. I had the 12.9 iPad Pro, both of the generations before, and with the magnetic Apple Pencil on the side, and this is just full screen now. It's really, really cool. I fully recommend these. I think these are ace. Especially with USB-C, you can get some proper work done. Still has some limitations, especially using old websites, and when I've been trying to get into our back end for our websites and stuff, it doesn't work very well on this with the, you know, WYSIWYG kind of stuff, and still sometimes trying to select everything on websites is really irritating, but it's a big step up from the last one, and it is kind of a laptop replacement. But what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to put, I've got some of the apps on here which I will be using. I can't remember what the one is that I use, but I will be using a VPN system. Where is it? What is it called? Jump. So I'm going to be using Jump, and I'm going to be testing it out, and hopefully, if I needed to, can then jump to my laptop in the UK to grab some things if I need to do it as a laptop. But I'm hoping I'm going to try and get everything I can done just with this. And as you can tell, I don't have the smart keyboard on it. I sold it on eBay. I don't use it. And instead, I did a previous video, my most popular video actually, if you're interested, which is the Keys to Go. I love this thing. I haven't charged it still since I've had it. So yeah, I've had this now 7 or 8 months or something. I still not charged it. I'm going to give it a quick charge whilst I'm at home actually before I go to America, just in case. But this has actually got better. I think the push sensitivity's got better on it, or maybe I've just got more used to it. But I love this thing. I think it's ace, and it should do me fine for when I'm in the hotel room wanting to type up stuff, do some blogs and things, and write about my experiences at Dave Max, and also potentially do some Illustrator work. Well, not Illustrator. Sadly, it'll be Affinity Designer. But I'm hoping they might announce the Adobe Illustrator for the iPad there. I'm hoping to have a go with Photoshop for the iPad as well. So I'm really excited about Adobe Max, if you hadn't realised. So I've been playing a lot on Apple Arcade as well. And one of my subscribers actually noticed I was using as a little hint on the side when I was reviewing my iPhone case, was that I was starting to look at the controllers. And I had this one ages ago, years ago, because it's a MiFi controller by SteelSeries. So I'm going to take this little one with me. I do have the bigger one as well, the Nimbus, or the Stratus. This might be the Nimbus. I always get confused by the names of these things. No, this is the Stratus, the other one's the Nimbus. Now, I think this is ace as a little travel one. It's really small, but I've got used to it with the Nintendo Switch and the Joy-Cons. But what you can do is the protector that protects the joysticks actually clips onto the back, and then you have more grip on it. And when I started playing with this, after not having it out of the box for about 2 years and trying it with iOS 13, it wasn't working. The buttons weren't working. It kept disconnecting. And I did a couple of Google searches online, and actually it was because it needed a software update. So if you do have this and it has issues and you're thinking it's broken, same with the Nimbus as well, what you do is if you go into the App Store and search for the app, I think it's just called SteelSeries, search for that, download the software updates, and then it's mint again. It's really, really good, and I'm loving this. This is ace. Really good for playing. I've been playing quite a bit of Apple Arcade, like I was saying. There's a game that I've been playing, Dead End Job. I just completed Grindstone, and I completed the Tower mystery game. That was really good as well. And the one where you have to make up stuff. But Apple Arcade is great. If anyone wants me to do any reviews of the games, or wants me to, if you recommend any of the games to try, let me know. Because I'm a big gamer, and I'm going to be missing my PlayStation whilst I'm away. But because I'm a big gamer, I also have a Nintendo Switch, which I'll be taking with me. This is one that I modded to be white, because obviously being an Apple fanboy, I like the white. And actually I can do a comparison with the Joy-Con actually in the size of this. So the Joy-Con and the Nimbus Stratus, if I take that off, you can see the size of the, there we go. If you'll focus off my face, there we go. So it is actually a little bit bigger, and it's more ergonomic. So if you're used to using a nunchuck, sadly, I mean, I don't use them like this, but you can get used to using this, and it can make playing the Apple Arcade games really, really fun, especially the ones that require you to actually use a controller, because there's a couple of games on there that do. So yeah, taking my Switch. I've got the new Zelda game that I bought when it came out, and I haven't played it much because I did play the old one on the Game Boy, so I'm going to be playing that probably on the plane and stuff with this. I'm not going to take any physical games. It's got Mario Kart in it, but I download all my games anyway, so I might download Luigi's Mansion, and I will probably download the new Pokemon Sword or Shield whilst I'm in America, just because I'm a sucker for Pokemon. I know it's not as good, I know, but I like to see what Game Freak are doing, and I'm hoping that it'll get better with time, and I know not all the Pokemon are in it, which is really annoying. But yeah, so my Nintendo Switch. And I think that is it. So the bag that I'm going to be taking the oil in is the same bag that I was on about before, which is the Air Sling backpack. This easily fits all that stuff in and gives me a little bit more for putting a water bottle in and things like that. So this is a great bag, and I'm still using it. It's brilliant, but obviously I'm not going to fit all my America stuff in there, but that's going to be my day bag, my bum bag, as you would call it in the UK. So that's it really. Updates on the channel, like I said, is that I'm going to be going to America for 3 weeks, so I'm going to be trying to do vlogs. I'm trying to get as many out as I can. My trip in America is going to be a day max the first week, then I've got to do a bit of work out there, and then I'm going to San Diego, followed by Las Vegas for a week, and then back to Los Angeles, where I'll be going to Galaxy's Edge and potentially Universal and some of the other parks as well if I get time and I've got money. So if you have any recommendations whilst I'm going to any of these places, if you guys want to know anything, then let me know. I'm not that my videos are that polished anyway, but they probably will be less polished because it's a vlog. So yeah, just be aware of that. And yeah, thank you for subscribing. I've had a few recent subscribers, and that's really, really cool. It's helping me a lot. I mean, I know my subscriber limit, it's absolutely tiny, but every single person, you know, I try and comment to all your, give feedback to all your comments, and it really does help me out. I'm doing this full-time work, and then doing this as well as a side project, but I love doing these videos, and I was quite upset that I haven't done many recently. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, I'll catch you in my vlogs.